I do not think it's a myth. You can see the evidences. Technology is being increasingly getting integrated into different courses. If you are aware of this portal called Coursera, where you can learn plenty of courses with the help of technology without going to a physical campus. So the campus that you have in mind, university campus, or going to a classroom, a physical entity, is probably going to be a myth in future, in fact. So the reality is technology has entered our classrooms. So there is no myth about it. One of the challenges is the challenges of logistics. Still we have classrooms in private universities which are supposed to be very resourceful and financially sound. We do not have still logistic supports in many classrooms. I'm not saying that in every classrooms, but we do feel that lack of infrastructure sometimes, or logistic supports from the staffs may pose big challenges. Another challenge not for me but for many teachers is technology brings with it kind of change, and change is not always comfortable. Teachers usually do not want to come out of their comfort zone. Therefore, any kind of change that we would like to include or that is introduced by technology is not welcome. It has a kind of initial resistance and initial criticism and suspicion about its effectiveness. So that is, I think, the challenge. The challenge is to change our mindset about technology. But another challenge is, on the opposite sides, people who are very much enthusiastic of technology, about technology, they do not take it very critically. They think that technology by default will be a kind of blessing and beneficial to learning, but it's not. Technology could be as much blessing as much harmful if it is not used wisely. So these are the challenges, to understand the real worth of technology and to decide where to include it and where not to include it. There are many, but at this moment what I remember, of course, hot potato is my favorite because it takes less technical skills. I can make test items and teaching items using it very easily, and those are definitely interactive. It provides instant feedback. I would say hot potatoes, even TED Eds and Edmodos. Probably you are also familiar with Audacity, where Audacity might not be very interactive, but Audacity provides audio input to your learners. So I think I would go for, again, hot potatoes, because we may have many classrooms where we may have a computer, we may have a monitor, but we may not have internet connection. So hot potatoes liberates the teachers from the clutch of internet or networking. So I would say hot potato. It is my personal opinion. Personally, I think yes. And when I'm saying this personally, I'm not talking as a chairperson of the department. I'm talking as an ordinary teacher. And I'm not representing the department here when I'm answering this question. As a teacher, I think that 21st century skills for a teacher, as you know about this model, TPS-CK model, where technological, pedagogical content knowledge is introduced and proposed. I think our today's teachers need literacy in handling ICT. So, and today's literacy is not confined to only text or the traditional pen and paper ability to write with pen and paper and the ability to read printed based text. And 21st century literacy also includes how you search in the Google, how you bookmark, how you find the relevant materials from the ocean of materials that we have in the web. Therefore, I think this course, if not this course, some component of ICT literacy must be included in our teacher training curriculum. So yes, I think I do not want to go into this core course or optional course, but I think that tomorrow's teachers and today's teachers equally need ICT knowledge to be able to uh, to take most of the advantage, most of it from whatever resources available on the way. Although I'm very optimistic about my students and I believe in their ability, in their creativity, and in their innovative ideas, but at the same time, I think students may not be able to implement or incorporate all the tools that they have learned in this course. Not because they are not genius enough or they are not talented, bright enough, but because, as I said, that there might be constraints, technological constraints, there might be policy constraints. They might find that the principals of the school which they are teaching might not be very enthusiastic about technology. So I do not think that there is a kind of direct and a single answer to this. It will depend on many factors. The school, the governing body of the school, the principal, the students' own willingness to use it and to, as I said, to embrace change and to be able to address and embrace the kind of discomfort that changes bring with it. So, but I am very hopeful at the same time. As long as students do not have to write much, they are okay. But it is apparent from the kind of responses that I have received in my class that people really had hard time writing about all those reviews, and I understand that, I sympathize with that. But overall, I do not think my students had any lack of enthusiasm about this course. I found them all lively, very much eager to learn what is there, very much curious. They were asking me questions at times I really did not know how to answer. So I have very kind of positive impression about my students in this course. I have enjoyed teaching them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Sir.